Guys, we just pressure washed one of the longest sidewalks I've seen in a hot minute. Stay tuned. In today's episode, we are discussing how to pressure wash a sidewalk. Okay, well, this is going to be something that is used in all forms of concrete cleaning, really, guys. But it's a 5-step process. So number one is you're going to pre-treat, which is what we're doing right now. Number two, you're going to white tip, or what we call cutting. Number three, you're going to surface clean. Number four, you are going to rinse it off. And then number five, lastly, you're going to post treat. So let's go over this. So what the first part of the video, that's what you saw us doing there, guys, is we were hitting this with a pre-treatment. Our pre-treatment, we were using our soft washing solution here, and that is set to a metering system or a proportioner to a 2.5% ratio. Now, if you're new to the industry and you do not really understand anything yet about chemicals and you know what the ratios all mean, and even how to make your own chemical, well, then I highly recommend you go back into our archives and you watch episode 10. That episode is called the 8 Essential Chemicals of the Pressure Washing Business. We break down, you know, your rust and your degreasers, and of course your SH or sodium hypochlorite. And what's cool about that episode is we actually have a batch mixing calculator there for you. So if that's something that you're interested in, I highly recommend that video. So anyway, going back into it, I was saying we're using a metering system here with a 2.5%. That is what we pre-treat this with. This sidewalk, because you know, you can't even really tell here from watching the video, but man, this thing had a tremendous amount of mold. The woman says she's been living here for 10 years and had never had it done. So and I think she got an HOA violation, and that's what we got caught out here for. But you see me in the background there, the gentleman you see on screen there in front of you, he is actually one of our leads, and that's me in the background there because at the same time I was actually doing her roof. But the pre-treatment also, you know, if you're wondering about the equipment that we're using, I recommend you go back to episode 1, where we do a complete walkthrough of our trailer. You get to see our roof pump. That is actually what we're using here, our Comet roof pump. And that is how we applied our pre-treatment. Now, if you do not have access to soft washing, let's say you're just starting out in the business, then there's two things you could do for your pre-treatment. You could just downstream it with your house mix. Sometimes it's not strong enough, but if you're using like a 50-50 or a 6% solution, you know, that's probably going to be strong enough. And then the other thing you might want to do is we use these pump sprayers. And to make it super easy for you guys, we actually have the link for them down in the description, because we just order them from Amazon. So you guys can order the same pump sprayers that we use. So anyway, if you want to achieve the exact same result as us, all you would have to do is put your house mix, whether you use a 4%, 5%, or 6% solution, you want to put that house mix into an actual pump sprayer, and then you can pre-treat with that. Of course, that's going to be super slow. I mean, you can see here, I don't even think this video does justice how actually long this walkway actually is. I mean, I think it took us like over an hour just to do this sidewalk. But the point is, I digress. The point is that will work for you as well. Of course, you know, before I started soft washing, that is exactly how I used to do it. So the step number 2, guys, you know, the white tipping is what you saw in the previous video. White tipping is just basically that, right? You're using your white tip, your pressure cleaning tip, and you are literally cutting out all the borders of the concrete and getting it ready for your surface cleaning, which is what we're doing right now on the screen. And the surface cleaner that we use, again, we order from Amazon. Link is down below if you want to pick that up. We highly recommend those. They're super lightweight, and they're very effective at getting the job done right. So again, guys, I mean, once you've pre-treat, and a question I get often about the pre-treatment, how long should you wait? You know, by the time you get yourself fully set up, you pull your lines, and you're going to do your cutting. I mean, by then about 15, maybe 10 to 15 minutes already went by, and that solution is already working for you, and it's already killing, you know, whatever organics is growing on that sidewalk, on that concrete that you're doing. So yeah, once you've done the cutting, and again, the purpose of the cutting is you're just eliminating spaces where your surface cleaner cannot get to. So, you know, imagine your surface cleaning right there, guys, and you run that on the lawn, and you're going to get mud inside your tips, and it's going to stop working. So that's why really we create that border, and then also we use the white tip to clear out the cracks within the concrete as well. So back to the surface cleaning. With surface cleaning, guys, I mean, the main thing that you have to focus on is when you're surface cleaning, you have to go slow. It's not a fast process. You have to go, basically, I always say that, you know, you have to go at about half of what a normal walk speed is. And also, I don't know that I've mentioned this in other videos when it comes to surface cleaning, but some of you guys, new guys, might not know this, but if you are using a 4 GPMs or gallon per minute machine, you would actually have a hard time with this 20-inch surface cleaner, because the math on that is for every GPM, you can only go 4 inches on your surface cleaner. So I'll give you an example. You know, we're using an 8-gallon a minute machine, so we can go up to 30 inches, 32 inches on our surface cleaner, and we're using a 20-inch surface cleaner here to do this sidewalk. You know, so if you have a 4 GPM machine, you multiply 4 times 4, you can go up to 16 minutes on that. So, you know, we don't recommend that, because you're going to struggle to get the grime and all that crud and all the organics off of the sidewalk or the concrete that you're doing. And but yeah, the surface cleaning, guys, you just want to go slow. If you've noticed the technique here, we just went 1 square at a time. We didn't try to go all the way up and down, and that way it helps you to control your line a little bit better. And that's the point here, is, you know, you want to do your best to be able to not be constantly running into your line. So the overall surface cleaning is something that is very common to the industry. You know, the surface cleaner is so versatile, because with it you can clean driveways and patios. And I mean, imagine, guys, this huge sidewalk. If you had to hit this with a white tip, and you had to tip this whole thing, I mean, you would be out there. Even with surface cleaning, it took us a little over an hour. So you can imagine with the white tip, you're out there for hours and hours and hours, not to mention the toll it would take on your body. And also, the other thing that I want to mention here, guys, is that a lot of the guys have been asking us about our uniforms. We've already had a couple dozen comments about that. And I'm going to put the actual website up here for you guys right now. And this website is where we order our shirts. Pretty much all the pros in the industry order the shirts from the same place, because the shirts, they're chemical resistant type material, which is going to last a lot longer for you guys out there, and it's super professional looking. I highly recommend this company, and you can call them. You know, I would suggest ordering now. They do have designers there for you, and so you don't have to have your own design. But the thing is, you know, because they're out of the country, it takes about, I want to say, 3 to 5 weeks for you to get your uniform. So I would definitely order those, you know, as soon as possible. And then the other thing is, we use, all of our guys use muck boots, and we all have the same pants. The pants that we use is also like a very water resistant pants, and all of that stuff. The link is down below for you guys. And the other thing I wanted to mention here that's very important is this. You know, we talk about this in every single episode that we do. You know, you see us here, but, you know, it takes 3 things, 3 essential things in order for you to be successful, for you to run a thriving pressure washing business, right? whether you're just learning how to pressure wash a sidewalk or a driveway and you're developing yourself in the pressure washing business as a beginner, it takes these three essential skills. And the first one, guys, is you got to have the skill. And guys, there are no shortcuts in this department because skill is acquired through experience and years of being out in the field, constantly learning and adapting in order to master that craft. And number two, guys, you got to have chemical knowledge. Professionals, guys, we use a variety of chemicals in order to get the job done right. You have your rust removals, your degreasers, of course, your SH, various surfactants, and you have, let me put it this way, I highly suggest that you become familiar with all of these chemicals. It's really going to help you build a solid foundation. And then lastly, guys, it takes superior commercial grade equipment. I mean, come on, let's be real. There's a reason why professionals can get a job like this or even big houses done in less than an hour. So guys, number one, you got to have the skill. Number two, you got to have the chemical knowledge. And number two, you got to have superior commercial grade equipment. And that's something, you start out in a business. I think I mentioned this in other videos before. My first pressure washer, I bought it on Craigslist for $50. And then through the years, I went developing. As I developed my company, I went upgrading my equipment little by little. And, and keep watching content, guys. Content like the content you see on this channel and other channels. There's a lot of great, YouTube content creators in the pressure washing industry. So I highly recommend that. And then you just need to get out there. You just need to get out there and get started and practice the things that you learn on a daily basis, right? Because, this business is nothing but a process of elimination. You get out there, you try some things and it doesn't work. You learn from those experiences and you try some other things that doesn't work. And then you learn from that experience and little by little you grow, and you're going to grow in all the areas, the administration, the sales, the marketing, the skill that you're going to acquire out in the field. And that's all it takes. And, this business is not hard. You just have to get out there and stay at it and have that stick-activity. And that's all I got for you guys today, but I really, really appreciate you guys coming to my channel and watching this how to pressure wash a sidewalk video. I also highly recommend you guys watch the next one as well. And that episode, man, if you guys like soft washing, you're really, really going to enjoy that one. That was one mega dirty house. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys over there.